You know, we just, you know, he's done a good job of coming back in here and getting back into the mix. The thing that Nerm has to do is show us and show his teammates how committed he is to this thing. You know, because he's a guy that left right into when we all were excited about him. You know, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of fans were excited about him also. So he's just got to show us, show his teammates that he's committed to really wanting to be here, and I think that's important. And he has to do it in the off season. He can't do it during the season. You have to do it now.
Joe, can you talk about Darryl Collins' injury? Is he going to be full speed?
Darryl will be full speed. His injury happened in training camp last year. He's a guy, another guy that on the return game is, you know, we've got to find out. You know, he's a guy that we were excited about before the injury. The injury occurred late in camp. You know, he missed the whole season. So we've got to get another guy also that needs to step it up at the wide receiver position, especially as an inside wide receiver for us.
And then you also have Cunningham and Cobbins that haven't played. What do you hope?
Well, we moved Cobbins over there also. I didn't highlight him, but he's a guy that's going to move over there. Again, another guy that we've got to try in the return game. Athletic enough to play out there. The thing we have to do is find out if his knowledge level is going to allow him to play out there. You know, I know a lot of times people think it's easy for a quarterback to go out there that has been in this offense, but it's still tough with all the movement and all the things that you see out there. He should know how to run routes, yes, but now he's got to learn the techniques of them. But he and Cunningham, two big bodies, that we've got to find out if they can help us. That's what the spring is about.
So who do you anticipate will be the backup quarterback in drills?
In drills will be the young Russell kid, who's a guy we kept talking about in fall camp last year, actually the whole season last year. And he's done a good job this off season. Hard-working guy. He's a guy that lives in the film room. Really good weight room guy. So he'll be the guy that's getting the backup reps at the quarterback position. Morgan will be in the drills. He will not throw or hand off. He'll do our inside drills and those things. So we really have 3 quarterbacks. Just in spring, with only 2 of them throwing. Still got that Woodson kid though. He can still throw some drills for us too.
How many true freshmen are you going to be counting on this fall if they can handle it?
You know, it's hard to say, but we felt like this class that we have coming in next year, I feel like it's probably a little deeper than the one that are true freshmen on our campus right now. So we feel like there probably will be more than last year. Counting on a couple of guys in the secondary, counting on a couple of the tailbacks to be able to help us. It's hard to say you can count on the offensive linemen, but I think you got to try to find out if you can count on them to be backups for you, at least similar to Darren Miller from last year. So special team wise, you got to try to count on a couple of them, especially the linebackers and the secondary guys. But we need help in the special team. We need to fill some positions. Danny and Winston was huge for us in the special teams area. So I mean, we got to find out if Avery can help us in the special teams area, which has always done. But now, can he do it as a full-time starter? That's what we got to find out. And if he can't, some of the true freshmen got to help us in that area.
So you don't replace a Danny Trevathan, but how do you?
Well, you do, because we replaced a couple. Sam Maxwell with Danny Trevathan. You know, we got to try to find out if Avery Williamson and if McDuffin can replace Danny Trevathan. Because you remember, Danny didn't play a lot of football before his breakout season as a junior. This is Avery Williamson's junior season. Avery's played a lot more football than Danny. McDuffin's played a lot more football than Danny did at this same stage. So we've got to replace him.
Joker could.
That's no knock on Danny, because he's done an outstanding job, but we've got to replace him.
Joker, does Dupree have the?
Everybody's replacing him. Everybody better understand that. I understand that, and they better understand that. Everybody's replacing.
Does Dupree have the tools to be your next star linebacker?
We think so. He's got the size, he's got the speed, he's got the knowledge. He's a guy we can line up at a lot of different positions. And this is a true freshman we're talking about. He hasn't finished his first full year of his freshman season, year of college. And he was a guy that we lined up as a rush in, dropped him, we lined him up as a rush in, rushed him from a 2-point stance. We got in our 3-down stuff. He was our pass rushing specialist. But he's done a lot of things. We actually lined him up as an inside backer in the Tennessee game, brought him inside, sack. I mean, this guy has a chance to be a really good player for us.
You try and find, especially with punt returners, it hurt not having punters that you have in the class, or you be able to
Sorry, it hurt not having
the punters that you have in the class, not having a scholarship punter.
You know what? We'd love to have him in this here already, but you know we don't. But there's plenty of time. You know, there's plenty of time for Matt State came in here, as a true freshman. And, you know, he had went through a little growing pains, but by the end of the year, he was a pretty good punter for us. Another thing we have to do. With most of the high school punters that come in here is have to speed their operation up, and therefore Coach Nord and Landon's already been talking about those things. Landon's got a coach down there that's working with him, so I think that will help in getting him ready for the season for us.
Joker, have you spoken to Ridge? I know at points last year, you guys felt like he'd really turned a corner and made a lot of progress on and off the field. I know that had to be disappointing for you. Have you spoken to him at all, and just your thoughts on that?
I have not since the dismissal, but disappointing. I mean, I'm not. We hold our kids accountable. We do. We do a really good job of holding our kids accountable for their actions. We all know that kids don't always make the right decisions, and when they don't, again, we have to take action. We've done that. Hadn't had to do it a lot here. We haven't had to do it a lot, but when they don't make good decisions, I think we've done a really good job of making them, holding them accountable for their actions. So.
Doug, I know this is spring, but let me say this. Let me ask you this. Guy I respect about, Johnson, Albert Johnson. He spent about 20 minutes Saturday trying to convince me.
I'm sorry, which Johnson?
Albert Johnson.
Alvis?
Yeah, he spent about 20 minutes Saturday in the hospitality room trying to convince me that
Lonnie finds those hospitality rooms.
The coach come in and start right away. Talk about the possibility of that and your experience with dealing with something like that.
That's a lot of pressure to put on a kid like Patrick. Can Patrick handle it? Yes, I think he can handle it. The pressure of because he's been groomed for it. His comes from a athletic family, athletic background, but still a lot of pressure. We're hoping that he can come in here and contribute. We'll try to put some packages together for him to help him. We'll try to put those together as early as we possibly can to give him a chance to play fast for us. And that's the thing. That's the key at that position. You got to be able to play fast. You got to be able to see things faster, the speed of the game. And I always say that the biggest adjustment that a high school kid has to understand the speed at which the game is played. They have to understand the speed at which those professors teach. It's a lot faster. And the other thing is they got to figure out the speed at which a good time out over in the dorm could turn into a bad time. Those are the things that I tell our kids about the word speed. So that's the key for Patrick. He's got to find out how fast things happen at this level.
You expect to see him around here since he's close by during spring?
We do, and he'll be in, especially for some of the weekend scrimmages that we have, and just try to get him familiar. The thing about it is just one of the things that I've always done as a coordinator is just try to spit out plays to a quarterback, so he can give it back to him, see how fast. And that's because a lot of the verbiage is the hardest thing that the kid has to learn. The power play is the power play, regardless. outside zone is outside zone, inside zone. Now, how do we say it? And that's the thing that we'll work on with Patrick, and just having him repeating some of the calls. He don't have to know them right now. Just needs to understand how to give them back to us. I think that helps your confidence in the huddle. Okay, that helps your confidence in the huddle. That helps you sell the play, which you guys know that's what we had to do with Andre Woodson. Get in there and sell the play for us. But you got to know how to spit the play back to the offense. Okay, and I think that's important that Patrick really understand what he's saying and how to sell it when he's in there.
Joker, West and Miller, two kids from here in town that you recruited. How have you seen them change since they got here? And I know Miller played some last year. West, kind of talk about their development in the year they've been here.
Yeah, first of all, again, two local guys that kind of cling together as soon as they walked on campus. I mean, I was just talking to them in the sun the other day. They both were headed to go down fishing your way. So I think that's good. I think that's good that those guys they're going to play beside each other, and I think it's good that they get to know each other a little bit better. I heard Cal talk about they need to learn how to touch each other. Didn't he say something like that? I'm talking about he needs to learn how to, they need to learn how to communicate with each other, and offensive line, you better be able to understand what he's doing. They're going to have to be hip to hip to work up the double teams. They're going to need to know how to step with the right foot. I think it's important that they are close enough to communicate that way. So, but both bodies have changed, and both the way they talk to you is a little bit different. Darren was a little bit more of a shy kid. Same with Zach. Both of them are a little shy. They now got the good look in their eye that you want from a college athlete. And I think that's one of the biggest ways that they've changed.
Joker, the win over Tennessee, in the offseason, did you have much of a chance to gauge what that did with the fans in terms of coming to terms with what you're trying to do, how you're trying to accomplish things here?
I haven't looked at it that way. I had a chance to gauge what it meant to our players. And again, especially our young players. Watching those young guys, as we showed highlights of the game after the game, and as you were in the locker room, and those guys felt a sense of accomplishment. I think that was really big for us going into this offseason. And I think a lot of it had to do with the way the game went also. I think, we had to convince those wide receivers, you're probably not going to get the ball. You're not going to get the ball. Forward pass was going to be behind the line. I mean, it was about as good as it was going to get forward pass-wise. And then just watching how, in the middle of the week, how excited those guys were for Matt Roar. I think that brought this team a little closer together. And then we always talk about playing great defense, running the football, and protecting the football. How we win, and it all worked out that way. So I think there was a sense of of understanding how we have to win here. There's going to be times that we have to win and score 40 points, but just sometimes you got to win that way. And I think that's what helped us going into this offseason.
One more, guys. Do you guys have anyone who will be missing time for this class?
We will. Yeah, and that's a good question. We will have Matt Smith will miss on Wednesdays. He's doing student teaching, and therefore what we will do is we'll move Larry Warford into center, which is probably his natural position, and we will give the two young pups a chance to get reps at the guard. I think that's going to work out well for us. I really do. We get Zach West, we get Tevin Eatman a chance to get first-team reps. Playing beside Larry, and both of them will be playing beside Larry, and then playing beside the two tackles that they'll be playing with also. So I think that's we're using that as a plus. It's not a negative. Matt Smith, we know he can play. We know Larry can play, which we had someone else to put in there at center. but we feel like this gives us our best chance of getting those two guys ready to play for the season.
All right, thanks, guys.